Imagine if everyone used their own arm as a ruler. A shirt could be too short for one person but way too long for another. That would be pretty confusing, right? And that's exactly why units of measurement were invented. I'm Professor Zapnik, and today I'll reveal why we invented units of measurement and we'll also learn how to use them in real life. Without them, the world would be total chaos. Imagine going to the store and asking for a pinch of milk, but whose pinch? Let's step into the magical world of measurement units and see how they work. We measure length with different units: meters, decimeters, centimeters, millimeters, and for very long distances, kilometers. The meter is the main base unit, and its symbol is m. 1 meter equals 10 decimeters. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. And if we go further, 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. But what do we use them for? The kilometer is used to measure long distances, such as roads, the space between cities, or the length of a marathon. For example, the road to Grandma's house is 5 kilometers long. 1 kilometer means 1,000 meters. So, 5 kilometers means 5,000 meters. If we want it in centimeters, 5,000 meters is the same as 500,000 centimeters. This shows that a kilometer is a very large unit because it contains so many meters and even more centimeters. So, the units of length help us measure everything from the tiniest objects to the largest distances with precision. Now, let's move on to measuring weight, or mass. We usually measure mass in kilograms. We mark it with kg, decagrams. We mark it with dkg, and grams. We mark it with g. 1 kilogram is the same as 1,000 grams. 1 kilogram means 100 decagrams. 1 decagram means 10 grams. And how do we use these units? The kilogram is used, for example, to measure body weight. Peter's weight is 30 kilograms. The gram is often used for small amounts, like in baking. For this cake, we need 50 grams of sugar. This way, the different units help us measure both very big and very small things accurately. Now let's look at the units of volume. We usually measure volume in liters, deciliters, and milliliters. The liter is marked with L, the deciliter with DL, and the milliliter with ML. 1 liter means 10 deciliters. 1 liter means 1,000 milliliters. 1 deciliter equals 100 milliliters. And how do we use them? The liter is perfect for measuring how much milk or juice is in a carton. For example, a milk carton usually holds 1 liter. The deciliter is often used in cooking. For example, add 2 deciliters of water to the soup. The milliliter is the smallest unit, often used for medicine or tiny amounts of liquid. Example, take 5 milliliters of cough syrup in the morning. So, liters, deciliters, and milliliters help us measure liquids precisely, whether it's a whole bottle of juice or just a few drops of medicine. Let's go to the kitchen. If you have 1 liter of orange juice and each glass holds 2 deciliters, how many glasses can you fill? That's right, 5 glasses. Did you know that the meter comes from the size of the Earth? In the 18th century, the French invented the metric system, so that everyone could use the same measurements. Before that, people measured with bread, arms, or even thumbs. Now you know that a measurement unit is like a common language. 1 meter means 100 centimeters. 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. 1 liter means 10 deciliters. Try this at home. Measure a book in centimeters, an apple in grams, and a glass of water in deciliters. And now, let's have some funny homework for little scientists. Help your parents bake a cake. 200 grams of flour, 100 grams of sugar, 50 grams of cocoa powder, 1 pinch of salt, 1 packet of baking powder, 2 eggs, 3 deciliters of milk, 1 deciliter of oil, 50 grams of chocolate, chopped. Measure how much hot cocoa fits into your mug. Is it 2, 3, or 4 deciliters? Measure your own weight in kilograms and your height in meters or centimeters. Find out how far the playground is from your house in meters. Measure how many millimeters the tip of a pencil is, or the size of a button on your shirt. And don't forget to weigh your dog or cat if they let you. But here's a twist. Not every country measures things the same way. Want to see how others do it? Most countries use the metric system: meter, liter, gram, which is easy because it's based on tens. For example, 1 meter equals 100 centimeters, and 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. But in the United States, the UK, and some other countries, people often use the imperial system: length, inch, foot, yard, mile weight, ounce, pound volume, pint, gallon, cup. Examples: 1 mile is about 1.6 kilometers. 1 gallon of milk is about 3.8 liters. 1 pound is about 0.45 kilograms. 1 inch is exactly 2.54 centimeters. And that's why, when you read an American recipe, you might come across unusual measurements like cups or ounces. But what do those really mean? A cup in recipes doesn't mean your favorite cartoon mug, it's a real measurement. 1 cup is about 240 milliliters, a bit less than 5 deciliters. An ounce is a bit tricky, because it can mean two things. For weight, 1 ounce is about 28 grams. For liquids, fluid ounce, it's about 30 milliliters. So if you see 1 cup of milk in a recipe, that means about 240 milliliters of milk. And if it says 8 ounces of flour, that's around 225 grams of flour. So what do you think? How many teaspoons of water fit into 1 cup? Make a guess before you try measuring. Isn't it fun how other countries use completely different measurement systems? Hooray! You are now true masters of measurement units. I hope you had fun today. Stay with me for our next adventure, where we'll explore even more amazing science magic. Zap, zap, Zapnik. That's the end of today's adventure.